Hello, welcome. Right, today's video, we're going to be looking at fat loss, but we're going to be looking at the different elements associated with fat loss and the importance of them. Now, well, what I feel is more important than others. When it comes to fat loss, there are certain things that you need to prioritise more than others, and sometimes this gets lost in translation. Sometimes people think that doing certain things will help with fat loss when doing other things will help more than another. That makes sense. Now, I've put a little pyramid together. Now, I actually tried to do the pyramid and get things slotting in at different times, but that ain't me. So here is my pyramid. All right, now the most important things are at the bottom. Obviously, the big element of it at the bottom is the most important because it's bigger. So the things at the bottom are more important than the ones at the top. Now, we're just going to run through it. Now, like I said, these are my views. This is what I believe in. To be quite honest with you, there are arguments to move things up and down slightly. But in a nutshell, this is the right order. All right, now, first off is a calorie deficit. Again, bang out about this all the time. We need to make sure we are eating less calories than what we burn throughout the day. Now, if we don't have a calorie deficit, then all the rest above it, it's irrelevant. All right, we can do as much training as we want in the world. We can structure our food as much as we want in the world. If we're not in a calorie deficit, we won't lose any weight or any body fat. Okay, so calorie deficit is vastly important. Next on there, I've put sleep. All right, now sleep is something that is underestimated just in general, really. You know, I think as a society, we don't sleep enough. But having a good sleep helps us to perform better. Now, I don't just mean performing as in exercise, which it does, but it helps to keep everything online, helps us to focus better. Our productivity at work will go up if we sleep better. Our view to exercise and nutrition will improve as well. So sleep is massive. So let's try and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Now, it isn't just the length of the sleep, it's the quality of the sleep as well. I have done another video on sleep, which will be in our playlist. If you want the information on that, just let me know. I might put a link underneath this video, actually. But there are certain ways in order to help improve our quality of sleep. So we need to make sure the quality of sleep is very good. That will then help us stick to our nutrition plan and our training plan. Third on there, we've got NEAT, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Again, an area that is overlooked. That is all the movement we do, well, the unplanned movement that we do. So anything kind of outside of the gym, basically. So walking, gardening, housework, anything like that. We can move more. Okay, if we're going to get the buzz, go to the furthest bus stop. Can we walk to work, cycle to work? Let's use the steps instead of the lift. All that kind of stuff. So we need to move more away from our planned exercise. Next up from there, I've put in protein. Okay, protein for me is a big plus for a couple of reasons. I always have a higher protein take on things. So make sure you're having good sources of protein with every meal, including breakfast. Some people find that a bit weird, but you can have chicken for breakfast, for example. But protein, one of the main reasons, satiety, so it will help us feel fuller for longer. When we're in a calorie deficit, obviously we want to make sure we are feeling fuller. That way we're not going to go and reach for snacks and things like that. So protein is a great source. It's the best macronutrient. It's the hardest macronutrient for the body to break down. Therefore, it will keep you feeling fuller for longer. So any lean meats in there, you know, nuts, lentils, all that kind of stuff. Let's get a good source of protein in with every single meal. Also, it will help to preserve muscle mass. Now, as we are training, we want to ideally just be dropping body fat. We don't want to be dropping body weight. So a high protein intake with a good training program will help you maintain the muscle mass that you've got whilst you're in a calorie deficit. Okay, next up from there, resistance training, weight training basically, or body weight training, anything that's putting the body under load. Again, the benefits of resistant training are massive, but in relation to fat loss, obviously the bigger muscles we can get, the stronger muscles we can get, the more calories that are needed in order to move those muscles. So if we can increase our strength and our muscle size, any exercise will require more calories for us to move, therefore burning more body fats. Also, resistant training Wikidura being stronger, it will help support our joints. It will also help with bone density and a load of other different things as well. All right, second up from there, cardio. I just struggle with cardio. All right, just running on a treadmill, especially on a treadmill or a bike in the gym. You're just in the same spot, isn't it? If you are a runner, apologies, but it's a bit boring. But if you are going to do cardio, get outside and do it, all right? I know the weather sometimes can stop us, but let's get outside for a run or a really tough walk or a cycle. But cardio, yes, it will burn those calories, but it's just not as important as resistance training, especially the older we get as well. Resistance training just becomes more and more important. So cardio is on there, no problem doing it, but let's try and increase the amount of resistance training that we are doing. And the last one on the top of the list up there is supplements. This is one a lot of people just jump straight to. All right, they think having kind of protein shakes and multivitamins, creatine, whatever it might be, is the kind of be all and end all in order to succeed in terms of fat loss. It's not. You can have massive fat loss results without having any supplements whatsoever. So I'm not saying they're not important. Like I said, this is just the order of importance for me, but supplements is at the top. So if we can get everything else in order, then we can start having a look at supplements. Obviously, just having supplements, doing a bit of cardio and not being in a calorie deficit, for example, isn't going to get us the results that we require. All right, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, but yeah, that is the order that I like. Like I said, there are arguments to push some up and down, but that's the order I like. So have a look at it yourself, prioritize it yourself, put those in order and think, right, is there anything on that list there that I can do better? If there is, do it. All right, so yes, there you go, the pyramid of importance for fat loss. Hope you've enjoyed it. Questions, give me a shout. If you are watching this on YouTube, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel up a little bit. My son has set me a challenge to get to 20 subscribers. I'm on 17 at the moment. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. It would be very much appreciated. All right, so thanks very much for watching, and I will speak to you all very soon.